5 days, 1,300 kilometres off-road on dirt bikes to a remote region in the northeast of Mongolia, a journey to the birthplace of Genghis Khan.
I'm loving the idea of getting off the grid, having my phone off, hanging out with the fellas, and just being out in nature and just calming the body and the mind. You know, I'm not sure the last time I've done that.
I think we're all looking for something in our lives at certain points, and this is a unique opportunity. I think anyone who thinks Mongolia, in the back of their mind, is going to think, wow, you are so lucky. And for us right now, this is a place where we'll never forget.
I just thought it would be an amazing way to see a country I've never seen before, ride through it, smell it, breathe it, you know, fall in the mud, fall in the dirt, whatever, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I thought it'd be a cool experience, a bit of an adventure, you know, looking forward to it.
And so we head out, leaving Ulaanbaatar, 80 k's of tarmac, then it's dirt for the next 5 days.
There's the most incredible feeling about when you're in the open plains and you're riding along and you turn around to see where everyone else is, and you suddenly see everybody behind you. Even through the helmet you can tell everyone's got a big smile on their face and just sucking in the atmosphere and just loving it. It's just the most wonderful, enlightening experience. It's just good for the soul, this place.
Get yourself up, the blood rush, pick yourself up, time's up, set yourself up, get up and touch, dreams gon' push, feel intoxicated, glad we made it, reality faded, my isolated, took a class, killed the past, now I've graduated, back to math calculated, not to play with, feel invincible, hip-hop beyond lyrical rock.
Every single day there's been great moments through the day. It's either it's while you're riding technical tracks or whether it's going flat out on these long vista roads that are just going to vanishing points. You know, it's just so many things you take away from this trip. There's so many stories to take back to home as well, you know, and these stories we'll be telling for months or years, you know, so it's how often do we get opportunities like this in our lives, you know. This is kind of a moment in our life that will be a pinnacle part of our life, you know.
Up with Phoenix, the last one to stand, cleanse his soul from demons. I'm grown to expand, double pleasant allegiance. The alliance completed, my cadre defeated, blood memory. Color these walls, breaking these walls down.
I think the intensity of the experience overwhelms that. You know, I'm never never sort of lost in my own head. I'm just kind of experiencing everything as it occurs, and everything from brumbies tearing across the road to, you know, beautiful big birds flying across overhead and circling around above, and to experience such a different culture.
Staying with the Mongolian family last night was one of the highlights of the trip for me. Seeing these teenage guys like lasso and wrestle horses and get dragged along the ground by them, just incredible.
I actually really enjoyed coming off today. You know, I didn't hurt myself at all, but the whole experience was quite surreal and full on. Just going into this bog, thinking that I can go through, the wheel went deeper than I was hoping it would. And just me completely doing a somersault. I think my legs were totally up in the air, right? Coming down and landing, and as I landed, I'm looking up and seeing Benny doing exactly the same thing, all in slow motion. And while that was happening, all the guys around were in the mud, pouring up out of the motorbike tyres, just shouts and the noise. It's just, it was amazing. I could definitely do that again.
So, highlights and lowlights of the day. The highlight was open plain riding. Absolutely amazing. There were some moments where we were 6 abreast, flying through the open fields, and it was just the most spectacular feeling. Slightly later, that all seemed to make a bit of a change. I hit a bank. I couldn't see it through the dust of Nick, who was in front of me. Cowboyed up, the back of the bike went up. I actually went into a full Superman pose, landed off the bike and decided that it was better to keep accelerating even though both my legs were off the bike, which tore my knee out and flipped myself over, and I landed on the ground. And I'm proud to say that as a great friend should, Nick decided to crash as well.
You all right, mate?
Just to make me feel a little bit better. And in a moment of about a minute or two of absolute turmoil, there was a hell of a lot of dust. 2 absolutely wounded Australians lying there feeling very sorry for themselves. But we both got back up and continued to ride throughout the rest of the day.
So I was riding up a hill. Odd took us up to the top of one of these hills and fanging up there, you know, blah, 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 over the rocks, and came over a little rise and landed into a bed of rocks, and there was one sort of big square rock, foot high, right in front of my front wheel. There was no going around it. So I just had to lay that sucker down. And you know, naturally I held onto the clutch and didn't let the bike stall because I didn't want to start it again after I got up. But yeah, no, you know, these things happen.
So you fell off?
Yeah, I fell off the bike. Fell off the bike. I did receive this minor graze here after my accident.
It's massive.
But I think the graze on my ego was far deeper.
Day 1 in Mongolia was probably the most epic day I've had on this planet. Riding bikes through open countryside. I'd have to say, sitting on a bike or standing on the bike, looking ahead, was about as close that I could think of to flying.
I have no idea where we are. We're in some sort of place where there's a river and direction-wise I have no idea, and it's fantastic. We're lost, but it's amazing. It's an incredible place. I don't know, it's just sort of, there's just nothing, you know? It's just us and the bikes and this beautiful landscape and explorers. It's fun.
I think the way we've done it has been really, really cool, you know. And so we love motorbikes, we love riding motorbikes. And to be able to mix that with this country and experience this country on a motorbike, it's not just going on the road, we're actually going off the roads and we're going up the mountains. You know, we're just experiencing a whole different part of Mongolia as well that a lot of people won't be able to see.
I think I could safely say that Mongolia will not even know that we came and went, you know? There'll be a few little scratches on the ground where we came off, maybe a few little horse shits that have like got a tire mark through them, but basically we leave this place untouched.
It's been really challenging, and just pushing through that every day, getting up, doing it again and again and again has been very rewarding. Getting out of my life at home was one of the hardest parts of doing this trip. Being here is just another whole level and worth every second. Absolutely worth it, every single minute, every day.
And so after 5 sensory overloaded days riding, we get to Genghis Khan's birthplace. Quite remote, literally just a field by a river and only 30 kilometres from the Russian border. A very peaceful place, which is a stark contrast to the empire he created and ruled over in the 12th century.
Rise from the ash, fired up with Phoenix. The last one to stand, cleanse your soul from demons. I've grown to expand, double pleasant allegiance. The alliance defeated, my cadre defeated, blood memory. Color these balls, breaking these balls, gone synergy. Woman the gods, taking in charge, you gon' remember me. Setting it off, getting involved. That beat a call song, singing along.
Well, I found the hat on the side of the road. Genuine Mongolian felt hat. Our tour leader told me that if I spat in it 3 times, the hat would be mine. So I did, and got a hat.